Hey, how's it going, everyone? Jason here once more. I'm doing these new DVD reviews instead of the 2124 Death House reviews, which are all true crime. I'm just gonna give you guys general reviews on horror as a whole, because you know, why limit yourself? So I've already done a package deal kind of I Spit on Your Grave, the original and the remake. So I'm about to do another classic triple package deal. This is The Last House on the Left, the original by Wes Craven, and the remake. You can probably tell how the remake's gonna go with my opinion on that one. And, very rare, the soundtrack, signed by one David A. Hess, aka Krug Stillo. Rest in peace. So, to get started, we have the original Last House on the Left. This was written by Wes Craven. It was the movie that got him his start, basically. This film was released in 1972. Sean Cunningham actually approached him to make a horror movie, and he just said, "Go all out, make it. Go to your darkest places," and that's just what Wes did. But actually, it wasn't an original idea, but it's actually an unofficial remake of the older movie, The Virgin Spring. It's a black and white movie, and Last House on the Left took it way further than The Virgin Spring did. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys, so I'll just say this is a rape revenge movie. It's about two friends, two teenagers that go into the woods, and then they begin to look for some pot, and they run into these escaped convicts, three dudes and a girl, a woman, and they kidnap them, and a bunch of bad stuff happens from there. If I tell you too much of the plot, it will ruin it for you, as I usually say, so for those of you that have seen it, you know what happens. The Last House on the Left is a classic. It should be seen by everyone, but it falls under that category where it has a lot of controversy, and some people don't go for these kind of movies. You have to have a strong stomach, I guess, to handle it. Wes Craven said he was not going to go where he did with The Last House on the Left ever again. That brings me, well, not really yet, because first I have to review the soundtrack. The soundtrack to the movie is awesome. It's very contrasting. It's very pretty music, I guess you would say, that goes along with a pretty violent, bad backdrop. It's like a brain scramble video, I guess you could say. The songs we're listening to now are from the soundtrack, and the soundtrack even includes some songs that aren't included in the movie, so that's a bonus. Yeah, so with that being said, Wes Craven didn't want to visit The Last House on the Left again, or anything like it, but he gave them permission to remake it for some unholy reason. What I'll say here is, you won't see me do too many bad reviews on here, because usually I review things that I enjoy. But I hate The Last House on the Left remake. I totally hate it. It tries to be very brutal, and instead it just falls flat. The original is 10 times more disturbing. The characters are 10 times more dirty in the original. You got the heroin addict Junior. There's no heroin in the second one. Not that I condone heroin, but the Junior of Part 2, or of the remake, excuse me, that was kind of blasphemous for me to even say. The Junior of the remake is named Justin, and he's, I'm not going to say the dude that played him did a bad job. He did a good job, but the character in itself was horrible. The ending was horrible. I won't spoil it for you, but then again, I honestly don't recommend seeing it. The premise of the movie, of the remake, is basically the same. But instead of going out into the woods, Justin approaches these two girls at one of the girls' work. She works in a convenience store, and he approaches them there, overhears them talking about wanting some pot, and says he has some good stuff. And then it's kind of, when it starts going, it's almost like he didn't mean for that to happen to them, when Junior actually lured them in for it to happen. So yeah, I do not recommend the remake at all. I do recommend, however, the original very much so. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm wearing the shirt. So yeah, check out the original, The Last House on the Left. Rest in peace, David Hess. Check out the soundtrack for The Last House on the Left. It's very good. It's very mellow. David Hess did the entire thing himself. It's got some great relaxing songs on it. And then there's the remake. You can check it out if you want to. I personally am not a fan. I don't like a lot of the remakes that are out there right now. The only recent remake I would recommend is the Spit on Your Grave remake, because it's brutal. It has some good twists to it that the original didn't have. That they're decent twists. But anyway, back to this one. I do recommend the original. I don't recommend the remake. So there you have it. Until the next one, whenever that may be, see you then. Later.